Hello all, welcome to Hockey on Top podcast. This is episode 71, Holiday Pinkslips.
Gino.
What Gino? What?
71, Gino.
Come on.
All right.
Yeah, with the times.
Fine. Wait, I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyways, my name is Bill Dean. I'm, of course, here with my two co-hosts, Little Steve and Schwim. We're brought to you by Primetime Radio, courtesy of Sam Wu, actually myself right now. And you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Please leave us a 5-star review if you would be so kind. Boys, what are we drinking?
This looks like a big bottle.
By the way, it's still recording and it's still streaming, so we are live.
Wow,
right.
Look at you.
Hey,
on the first take.
First take.
I'm opening this champagne bottle. Oh, it broke.
Ooh, are you doing one of the dogfish?
Yeah, Wild Hood. This is one of their, what do they call it? I forget. It's like a sour barrel series or whatever the heck they're doing.
Yeah, those are really good.
From time to time. Yeah, these are really good. This is a tart farmhouse ale brewed with wheat, rye, oats, and I don't know what the heck this is. I'm assuming it's some type of hop. I don't even know how to say it. Triticale. This is not Triticale. I have a Google machine next to me.
I don't know.
Triticale?
Is that how you say it? Or you just say no? I don't trust you for pronouncing anything.
Oh, I would definitely trust Bill Dean for pronunciation. Triticale. Triticale.
It's a hybrid of wheat and rye. This is not for those with gluten allergies because it seems like there's a whole lot of it in here. I'm sorry.
You are not gluten friendly. All right, so we'll see how that goes for Mr. Esteban.
First, I'm gonna figure out how to pronounce
Find the pronunciation and then you can tell us. Schwim, what are you drinking, bud?
I am drinking. It's called I Must Be Dreaming.
I've had it. Very good.
You and the Broseph have had it. It's from a place in New York. What is it? Timber Ales in New York. It is a kettle sour with blueberries, peaches, graham crackers, vanilla beans, and you guessed it, milk sugar.
Milk sugar.
Of course.
Steven and everybody's favorite.
Yep. Not bad. I had it 2 days ago. It was pretty good. AJ and I got it at Suburban Suburban Bar and Grill in Randolph. Very good craft brew selection. My little one here has a Hulk little
smash.
Yeah,
ready?
Little one, small person, and I didn't hear anything.
That's because I didn't play it.
Oh well, play it.
I'm trying. Watch an ad pop up.
This is great podcasting.
Mm-hmm. Brought to you by.
What?
Every time it says it, you're friggin' saying something.
Triticale. Nah.
Right.
I want that person in my life that just talks like that the entire time.
I want to change my voice to that.
So
for this podcast.
And because I'm going to be helping Steve partake in Veganuary, I am going to go full on.
Oh my! I'm going to do it.
I'm going to go full on lactard for the foreseeable future, or until Jan 1. So
what the hell's the difference in what you always do?
Well, I'm going to basically drink all the beers in my fridge that have lactose, so that I don't have to be.
So you won't be tempted.
Yes, I won't be tempted.
Ooh.
So Steve will like this though. This is called Chunk.
No, I won't.
No, but look,
there's
it's got a nice cat on it.
It is, but I already hate it.
Peach Melba Sunday Sour by Dreckers. Dreckers is awesome, by the way. Malt, pale 2-row Carafoam, hops.
Now here we go with the damn pronunciations
Hallertau
again.
Blanc. I got Blanc right. Flora, Lactobacillus culture, house ale yeast, gimmicks.
Lactobacillus, or lacto, however you say it, is a yeast, not lactose. For any of you that get confused,
well,
like y'all over there.
Gimmicks,
yeah, I know.
peach, raspberry, coconut, vanilla, and lactose.
That sounds like nonsense.
Sounds like
all of it nonsense.
It says attention on the bottom.
A mash of whatever they could find. They just throw it in there.
Yeah, they just threw it in there. Contains a significant amount of fruit, so please keep cold at all times. Separation is normal. Can give can a gentle roll or two before opening. I did not give it a roll, but hey, that's what it is. Let's try it.
Okay.
Can't win them all.
That is freaking delicious. Bad. Oh my god, that's good. Steve, you're missing out.
Shut up.
All right, boys. So let's get to what's on tap for today's episode. Here's our weekly snapshot. My daughter's gonna want to fall asleep right now, but so
Auto scored. Sorry, Devil
Auto
fans.
scored.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, 1-1, and it looks like the head coach is going over to challenge. Maybe.
I don't know what the heck happened.
Sam is right now producing something for the Let's Go Devils pod, so he couldn't be with us. But
no goal.
No goal.
Maybe. Right. Do I get subtitles here?
Maybe. All right. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a whole bunch of stuff about the Arizona Coyotes this past week about how Houston could be a logical relocation point. Obviously, Houston a lot. So in the Northern Hemisphere, Houston is what, top 5 in marketing for, people and size of the city.
I'm going to just interject right now before we discuss this any further, saying that I guess I'm trying not to be offensive here, but I think Dallas is pretty much proving that Texas is not a good hockey market.
Yes,
I think at this point, though, if they go anywhere,
there are so many people.
Arizona, it would be an improvement.
But, I mean, maybe. An improvement. But we're talking about like 2 teams in Texas when the first team already it doesn't have a solid fan base. I mean, there's the fair weather fans who will go just because it's fun, but they don't have like a solid fan base that's there every game. And like I think we were talking about the one time about how the split between when some teams travel to Dallas and the split between away fans and home fans gets to like 60-40 away fans at points.
I went to a Dallas game. It was Dallas, LA, and there was a ton of LA fans there.
Yeah, it was Dallas, LA.
Yeah, that's just LA.
I went to Penguins. I went to Penguins Dallas. It was 50-50, and then I heard that Chicago Dallas is 60-40 Chicago. That's coming from Dallas fans.
I can see that.
So the largest markets per DMA, which is they do the broadcasting, I don't know, whatever DMA stands for, but New York are number 1, LA number 2, Chicago 3, Philly 4, Dallas Fort Worth is 5. Then you have San Fran, Oakland, San Jose at 6. That's a whole market together. 7 Atlanta, 8 Houston, 9 is Washington, then 10 is Boston. So Houston top 10 market.
This is for all
includes
sports?
This is just marketing in general for the size of the city and their media, as well as including it's all North America, so it includes Mexico City and includes every major city in Canada.
Yeah, that doesn't count hockey. Sorry to say.
You have that many people. It's. I mean, let's see if I can find where's Phoenix even. Oh, Phoenix actually is 11.
They were never even in Phoenix. They were in Glendale, right? And then
but
now they're somewhere else.
Phoenix Prescott market.
Well, obviously what Arizona did with their location and everything was probably the biggest mistake they could have possibly made. Basically putting the arena in the middle of nowhere.
What do you think is the smallest hockey market? So I'm going on the thing. Pittsburgh's at 26. Columbus is at 33.
This is confusing to me. What is this? This is population?
Population and media markets, yes.
Because the Pittsburgh entire sports franchise of Pittsburgh is definitely higher than 27 or whatever it is that you said.
No, but it's for media and population. It's media and population. So it's the size of the city. It's the size of the city and the big, the media groups that they have.
Pittsburgh's not that big of a city.
No, I know. Let's see here. New Orleans is 50.
What the hell's going on here?
Where's this? Oh, Buffalo 53. Fort Myers, is that where? No. I haven't seen Tampa yet. Have I seen Tampa? Tampa. Jacksonville's up there. Where's Tampa? Orlando? No, that's not Tampa, right? Tampa St. Pete is actually 13. They're high up on the list. So Buffalo 53. I wonder where else. What smaller cities would be? Green Bay is 69, but that's only football.
I think
South Carolina.
whatever this metric is flawed immensely.
No, it's not.
I can't imagine Carolina's high on that.
All right, so each week, 93% of adults in America listen to radio, TV.
Okay, so I'm not doubting this whole. I'm not doubting whatever you're. I'm talking about like if you're talking about making another hockey team and basing it off these numbers, I think it's extremely flawed.
Well, no, because they're going to find they want to get the largest population so that they watch the games, right? So if Dallas makes the playoffs, most of Dallas is going to watch the hockey playoffs.
Nope.
Well, I think that they probably watched it more than you think. Maybe not every single game, but playoff market shares, I'm sure, is higher than what you think for Dallas when they went there in the Cup. Well, that was also COVID.
It should be huge based off of your numbers. Based off of your numbers, there, it should be massive, and it's pathetic to say the least.
The team just needs to go to Canada and get it over with.
Now they scored.
Dallas TV ratings.
Yeah, Quebec, it basically needs to go to Quebec. Quebec needs to be like the next.
That would be the market for that.
It just doesn't make sense now. You're gonna have to bring it. You're gonna have to bring a team from the West back over to the East. Or I'm sorry, a team from the East back over to the West. Maybe Detroit, but I mean that ruins Detroit's. I mean, when Detroit was in the West, their travel schedule was horrendous, and it's going to be a lot of the same.
All right, so this is so Tampa and Montreal was that viewership for that series per game was 3.6 million per in the U.S. 3.6 million viewers in the U.S. per game.
Yeah, but that's the entire U.S. What about the market?
It doesn't include Canada. It just the U.S.
No, I'm talking about like the local market
in Tampa.
So if the Dallas series, if it had high ratings, you got to. I mean, you have to look specifically at the like Dallas, or you could even do the whole state of Texas and see what the viewership was for when the Stars won the Cup.
2020 series for Lightning and Stars averaged 2 million viewers throughout the 6 games. But that was also because Bruins and St. Louis Blues was at 5.3 million viewers through 7 games or throughout each of the 7 games. I'm trying to find local markets. It's not giving me the breakdown, but I still think the point is that they want to get it in one of the biggest markets in the North America. So, if they could get it there, realistically they would. But the NHL squashed the Houston Rumors, and as did the Arizona Coyotes. But where there's smoke, there's fire, and Arizona's floundering right now. They don't have an arena for next year. They're talking about maybe playing games throughout Phoenix or throughout Arizona in the Valley and playing at different stadiums.
It's going to be a disaster.
Arenas. Yeah, so
they're already disaster.
They're already pretty disastrous.
So yeah, they're talking about doing that, or maybe even relocating for a year or two, going to Kansas City for a year or to another town, and then coming back once the
another
northern
built. High up on is KC. I don't get it. They love Kansas City for a hockey market. I feel like they're going to be one of the next ones, but I don't. Missouri. I feel like you're just going to enter another category with low market teams where there's just not a lot. There's not a lot of hockey fanfare. Atlanta's got to
be. They love football over there. They're not going to.
I'm sure Atlanta's probably high up on that market, right? That medium market, whatever you said.
Yeah, Atlanta's high.
And look at how atrocious the Thrashers were, and their fan base. No offense.
So this is this one.
They're bad
so
fans,
this is on Wikipedia. This is Wikipedia. Tampa, Dallas they averaged 1 million viewers per show or per game, and
which is not
Texas. Good. Texas was 0.4 million, so 400,000 people watched in Texas. I don't know, roughly. I'd have to see what the media market's 2 million, I think maybe. So
I don't know.
Roughly a quarter.
I'm not buying the whole Houston thing. I don't think it's much of an improvement.
I think it's better than Arizona. It absolutely is better than Arizona.
Yeah, but I don't care where they go. Just go somewhere else.
Yeah, but I don't want that to be the criteria. It's like, well, it's better than Arizona. I mean, there's so many markets that are legitimately good, and if you're just going to pick one just because it's better, yeah, it's probably going to have more. But would you relocate back to Atlanta? Back to Atlanta instead of Phoenix/Arizona? No, and it might be this. You might have the same. You might have the same situation, and with another Texas team, just like these big states that don't have big hockey markets.
Yeah, I'd rather see Quebec or Portland or, one of these northern cities kind of get it. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Keep them out west.
Yeah, keep them out west would be good too.
I mean, I would love to see Hartford too, but they just don't have the population.
No, Hartford. I mean, the Whale were awesome, Whalers and all that stuff.
When are we going to get a team in Alaska?
Never.
Somebody put a team up there.
Well, but just think about this. Anchorage is the only state capital where you cannot drive to it. You either have to boat or fly into Anchorage. It's the only state capital where that's the case. But I mean, how are you going to get people from around Alaska back into this place?
Like a stadium series, neutral stadium series in Alaska.
Yeah,
would be pretty cool.
In Alaska would be cool. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
You do
like Mr.
I mean, yeah.
I'll have the local team play the New York Rangers.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Stupidest game, stupid premise.
Russell Crowe coming and
yeah, that'd be great. All right, so the NHL squashed it. So I like Winnipeg. I mean, not Winnipeg. Sorry, I like Quebec City and doing the Nordiques kind of thing. Any other stadiums or towns you'd rather see a game played?
Like a neutral spot or like a team relocation?
Permanent spot. Where would you like to? So you said Hartford. Where else would you like to see?
Well, Hartford would be cool, but it's unrealistic. Quebec is probably number one on my list right now. Yeah. I think.
Montreal's rival. Yep.
Yeah, Quebec would be good.
See, a lot of these.
I don't know. I don't know. You brought them. Yeah, unless you bring like another team into another big hockey market state. But I don't think Minnesota needs another team.
No.
Michigan probably doesn't need another team.
I mean, do you think like a team like
every sport has like
another Chicago?
Chicago's. Well, baseball.
Yeah,
but
baseball's two teams. Fargo, North Dakota. Nice. I mean, North Dakota, there are a lot of crazy hockey fans, and there's some good players that come from there. What about like Nova Scotia, where Sid?
Or in Canada.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how some of those like major juniors do as far as attendance and stuff go, but I know they're crazy about their junior teams.
Yeah, I mean Toronto is a hotbed for juniors, but you already have two teams right in that area with Buffalo right across the water. Yeah. So, all right, so count? Yeah, I mean 53rd market. All right, Holiday Pinkslips, the name of the show. A lot of firings this past weekend. Travis Green for Vancouver, along with the GM, Jim Benning, and a couple other staff members are out in Vancouver.
Fans were letting them have it in that Penguins game.
Yeah, the Cabbage Pail Kid. Bruce Boudreau is in as head coach.
That was fast. I guess they had that planned already.
Yeah, it was. No, they had to have been talking to him. Absolutely, they were talking to him. So here's my question. What does this do for the players? Do you think it ignites them? Having Bruce in there, he likes offense. You can see it in his days with Minnesota, and they kind of went off. And same thing with Washington, with Ovi. You think that guys like Pettersson, Quinn Hughes is actually having a pretty good season as is, but you think guys like Pettersson, Brock Besser, our boy, friend of the podcast, do you think these guys can take the step in the right direction to kind of elevate their games and
any coaching change?
Dare I say make a run for the playoffs?
A run? You never know. Any coaching change almost always sparks some sort of fire, especially in
the beginning.
Yeah, and it can. I mean, you saw it with St. Louis. Went from last to Stanley Cup champion. You saw it with Pittsburgh, and when Mike Sullivan was hired. So you see it often when teams and players are ignited when there's a coaching change. It doesn't even matter who the coach is. What I'm not a fan of is constantly recycling the same coaches every single vacancy. There has to be new blood. There has to be out there, right? And then explore, take a chance. I mean, as a fan, I don't know that like if Sullivan, for whatever reason, if Sullivan were fired tomorrow and you're looking for a coaching vacancy, like I don't want any of the coaches who were recently fired. To be completely honest with you, I think the only one I would possibly take at this point would be Barry Trotz or John Cooper, obviously, and maybe like a Rod Brindamore. But otherwise, it's the same. It's the same thing. They're fired. They're hired. They're fired. They're hired. A lot. I mean, sometimes it's not necessarily their fault, but still, it's the same. It's the same system. We're just keep recycling back into every team and every like open market. And if they're not a head coach, they're an assistant coach somewhere. Not that they shouldn't coach, but I mean, let's take a chance on some. Look at these guys in your minors, right? The coaches of your minor team that haven't had a. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys are John Cooper. He was a minor league coach, and they brought him in, and look at the success that he's had. Mike Sullivan had brief head coaching in Boston, and then some assistant coaching with Tortorella, but then went down to the minors and did his thing, and then back to head coaching. But this thing with who knows who Philly is going to hire? Hopefully they haven't announced anything yet, right?
Bring Torts in. That'd be great.
Right?
Oh my God.
Why not, right? Another old system that needs to just go away. But that's my problem with it. But to answer your question, I think yes, the players will respond positively, but I'm not a fan of the hiring, to be honest. I don't know if the Vancouver fans are. Can't imagine they are.
I'm sure they are. They just wanted something different, I'm assuming. And I think at first it'll spark them, but to me, I think Boudreau's message gets old. And it's not going to last.
So we talked about it. Vigneault out in Philly. Michel Therrien too. Mike Yeo, who has forever. He's been always like the guy in waiting for a lot of teams. St. Louis had him as the guy in waiting before they brought in the old Jim Montgomery from Dallas. He was the head coach for Minnesota, right? The Wild for a little bit, and he was supposed to be this great thing. He's been, just a retread going around and around and around. I know, I just hit you in the head with my mic. He's been going around and around and around. I'm not sure if that's, and Boudreau, by the way, got this year and next year as his tenure for right now. I mean, everybody else, Mike Yeo, like I said, in Philly, we'll see how he does. But
that's right, Mike Yeo.
Where does Philly go from here? Like, what is?
And they still got to pay Vigneault for like another 2 years.
Yeah, his third year, 5-year deal.
He signed like a 4-year deal or something, right? I think
5 years.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. I mean, most of these coaches, they don't last their contracts, and then they just get paid to not be the coach anymore. It's pretty great for them, I guess. But
it was fantastic for them.
I don't know where Philly goes from here because are they good enough? Are they as good as people thought that they were, like, contenders / perennial playoff team? I don't know, to be completely honest with you. They're weird.
Not from what I saw last night. Whew.
No, they got smoked. Your team just destroyed them.
So what's their identity? I think the question is what is their identity?
Well, they don't have one.
I mean, they do have younger guys in the system that have taken steps. I like Konechny. I like Oscar Lindblom. Obviously, Couturier is a Selke candidate. They bring in guys like
Giroux's having a great season.
Yeah, but they brought in guys like Kevin Hayes, Cam Atkinson. They brought in
right?
Defenseman Rasmus Usalani, Yandel, Brassard. They brought in what's his name, who's hurt now, the defenseman from Nashville, Ryan Ellis.
Joel
Farabee is a really good young player, so they have guys coming up.
That's what my question is. What's their identity? They have skill, but what are they? Are they a high-skill, fast-paced team? Are they? I mean, they're a long shot from the Broad Street Bullies which was the stupidest gimmick. Like, maybe it worked back when that was a thing and they actually won, but now, well, obviously they've changed over the last few years now. But back when they were just like, signing and trading for just like dirty players just for the sake of fitting that identity, because I guess maybe the fans liked it. I don't know, but
maybe that's what they should do.
I like the route they're going now. I like the skill that they have. I mean, they can potentially be a fun team, but it's just like what are they?
Here's what they do.
They're not going to win just on skill alone. They're not that.
Don't win at all. Acquire draft picks. Be really shitty. Pardon my language. and just beat the crap out of teams. Be a dirty team and acquire draft picks and try to build through the draft. Don't build through the draft. That's stupid.
No, becoming a dirty team. No, that's
why the
dumb.
freak not? The one of the worst teams to watch. I wouldn't want to watch this team. Do something so you want to watch.
I don't want to watch a bunch of scumbags out there that are just out there to hurt people.
I'm not saying go out. I'm just saying be a tougher team. Be a hard team to play against. You're not going to win still, but acquire draft picks and try to be a tougher team.
Ray Leo says,
they were incredibly soft against Tampa last night. Everything they were doing was like not going in for pucks. Not, I mean, they got a little chippy when Tampa just started scoring at will, but it was I don't know. They just look very they look like they have no confidence in anything that they're doing, like power play, penalty kill. Anything.
Well, I mean, if the locker room is lost with a coach, then the effort isn't going to be there. And you see it so often with players' efforts basically run coaches out. But another question I have for this, with Vancouver, does it spark something for Vancouver? Does the assistant coach being promoted to head coach have as big of an impact on the players as a fresh face coming in with a brand new system and a brand new attitude instead of like the other guy?
I think it all depends on what's in the locker room. Like if the guys really like the assistant coach and he gets promoted, maybe they'll play pretty hard for him and enjoy playing there. Whereas if they have some new guy that nobody knows and he's trying to bring a different system in and all that, which I mean could benefit him. Yeah,
which I think is bullshit. The guy's been there for how long, and just because you don't like your head coach, you play like shit, so that the other guy comes in, then you obviously want to play like.
They don't do it on purpose. It happens. No. That's how it happens, and you see it with every coach. Not every coach. There's only a small handful of them that are able to last, but for the most part, it's they have success, they have a little less success, they have a little less success, and then you just see the players. I don't know what happens, but you watch the games and it looks like they just do not care. But you have to believe that they do, and they're not doing it on purpose to just drive the coach out. But it happens so often. Yeah. I mean, that's almost like all the firings that happens aren't necessarily the coach's fault, but because the players just can't get on board with the coach, and then you see the end result, and then
it's
they get a new coach in, and then
nobody wants to lose all the time. When you're like down every single game and you're trying to fight back through every single game, that's like not enjoyable. You want to be ahead, protect the lead.
So much of that. I mean, this one thing, like the system, yes, but so much of that has to do with the players. Like you have to produce on the ice.
Yeah.
And if maybe your system isn't better than Barry Trotz's system, John Cooper's system, but it's still like if you have that much skill. At some point, and the players do shoulder the blame a lot of times for these coaches' firings because they know that they have to be better. But I don't know.
Can't fire all the players.
I've never. I mean, the longest I've ever been coached was in high school, so I don't know what the feeling is for being a professional and having to.
It's been a really good coach.
It's like having a crappy manager at work, except being a poor employee isn't going to get your manager fired. It's going to get you fired. Unfortunately, but that's the business of professional sports.
So we'll transition now to a little bit of the hockey games going on. I don't know if you guys saw the Winnipeg-Toronto game. 6-3. Winnipeg gets the win. Obviously, coaches or their players, Scheifele, a lot of these guys are very happy about the win. But it was marred by a ton of penalties and, guys getting kicked out. Neil Pionk got the 2-game suspension for kneeing Sundin. Then Simmons got the fine for the cross-check on Spezza after Spezza Pionk goes to dive for the puck. He's on the ice. His head's maybe a foot off the ice or whatever. And Spezza comes in right with his knee and just drills him in the face.
Did he have a hearing today? I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah, so he did have a meeting, in-person meeting, which means 5+ games for the suspension.
It should be. It should be at least 5.
Yeah, it was a dirty, really bad play.
Completely targeted and unnecessary, and he went right for his head with his knee.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was like, he was already down and I couldn't stop. No, it was complete. You could see him just not trying to let up at all, going right for his head. He should be at least. I would say double.
I felt like he almost like lowered his knee down to hit him in the head too.
Yeah, get lower.
He aimed
so
his knee.
Get to his head.
Yeah. So there was that.
I say 10 plus.
Connor McDavid avoided a suspension after boarding.
No, we knew that would happen.
Well, yeah, but a guy that obviously is too good for the league not to have him miss a game, but occasionally you need to send that message to even the best player that, hey, you're gonna do dirty stuff and have a.
Doesn't matter who you are.
Nobody should be immune.
Yeah.
Nobody should be immune to suspensions from dirty hits, intent to injure, plays like that.
It would also
I think
be
getting
pointless
ejected
to
from a
suspend
game.
him for a game.
Yes, but I think if you're thrown out, didn't they have it where if you were ejected, there was an automatic at least one game suspension or something along those lines?
It depended on what had
happened. I know
that
they could review it because we have seen majors and ejections, but they review it on ice also. But nothing's like that Tanev hit from, was that last year?
Yeah, Tanev.
That was, and they reviewed it and still upheld it, and then the league had to review it and said that it wasn't bad.
Yeah, that was
unbelievable.
Bad
call. Brian Whitney called it the worst call in hockey history, and I might agree with him.
I like Whit.
I agree with Whit.
Tuukka Rask skating for the Bruins as an emergency fill-in with Ullmark having a sickness. 4 of the Bruins are sick as well. I was thinking about this. Could you have Tuukka as your e-bug? Like if he was in the stadium, could he just come in and play for either team?
I don't know how that works, to be honest with you.
Yeah, do you have to fill out
probably? I don't. You'd have to sign him, I guess.
I don't think. I think the arena.
Well, you have to sign him to No, the team I think signs him to like a day contract or something for.
Well, no, but E-Bug is run through the arena, so he's supposed to be there just in case for either team.
So he has to employ. No, it's not necessarily the arena because I think it's like the one guy just worked at it. He worked at another local arena. I don't think he worked at.
No, what's his name? Ayers. David Ayers was the one of the Zamboni drivers.
I thought not for that arena, for a different arena.
It was for a different arena?
For like a local one.
Right. So the team employs them and they can just let them go in, I guess. If
St. Louis the other night had an E-Bug. It was one of Tampa's practice goalies that was an E-Bug for St. Louis. When it was.
It would be funny if he had to like work for the arena and they hired him as like a freaking ice crew or something, and then he has the E-Bug for Boston.
That would be pretty funny.
Seen Tuukka
or if he had to play against them. Or Tuukka had to play against them. Yeah.
I'm interested to see where that goes with Tuukka.
Jack, I think he's going to come back, and I think that it's
probably
a missed opportunity for the Bruins. Okay.
But they're paying him a lot of freaking money.
But Swayman's good.
To be okay.
He's been good.
Yeah, I don't know why they would. I thought for sure they were going to ride Swayman and Vladar.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't, but
they got Ullmark
making what, $6 million. Yeah. So Swayman, they've both been very good.
They overpaid for Ullmark big time. That didn't make any sense.
Yeah. Jack Eichel's skating at practice 3 weeks post disc replacement surgery, so it was good to see him back on the ice. McKinnon, Kadri, and Cale Makar all back for the Avs. Mark Stahl out in COVID protocol. Malcolm Subban already hurt for the Sabres. They trade for a goalie because they have guys out, and he gets hurt. And
where was
I guess Subban? That also
he was still in Chicago.
He was in he's in their AHL, Rockford, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that tells you, what kind of injury the vet has.
I think that tells you what kind of curse Buffalo is. The guy goes there for 2 seconds. He gets hurt. Poor. That's City.
Speaking of goaltenders and more for Olympics, Robin Lehner says he's going to be out for Team Sweden at the Olympics. He cites mental health. He was going to be a Sweden starter, so that's a big hit to a very good team, a gold medalist kind of squad.
Contender.
Competing squad. Yeah, contender.
Marchand's Swedish, right? He'll easily be.
Yeah, so Marchand would probably be 2 now. He's probably going to be the starter. Sweden hockey.
I don't know who the hell else would they have though.
let's see here.
Gustafsson.
This is projections.
Ottawa?
Yeah, Gustafsson could be there. All right, so so they had Markstrom, Ullmark, and Leonard.
I forgot about Ullmark.
Okay.
This is per Bleacher Report. Did they say anybody else?
Anton Forsberg.
Yeah, Forsberg. He's played well though. I just added him.
Well, somebody got
Hedman. So they have Hedman and yeah, he does.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Jesus.
He's showing it off. Leave him alone.
We need one of those black boxes to go across the screen.
As that, D1 pairing Jonas Brodin and Hampus Lindholm as 2. I like that. That's a big time penalty killing squad. Ekholm and Erik Karlsson at the third pairing. You do need Karlsson for his offense. Forward line 1, Forsberg, Mika Zibanejad, and Nylander. 2 is Landeskog, Backstrom, and Lucas Raymond. Raymond, they were talking about him. He's probably going to make Sweden. They added him to the Olympic squad.
I think he'll make the list. Definitely.
He's been awesome. 22 points in 24 games.
That's really good.
He's right now he's the best player out of that draft, including Byfield and Lafreniere and all these guys that you would think would be ahead of him. Actually, I guess the question is he the best Detroit player, or is it Moritz Seider?
Right now, he's the best player on that team.
Okay.
Moritz Seider though is a different
Seider's
dynamic.
Awesome. He's different, but no,
he came in to be the number one guy. I mean, you can't downplay it.
They have so many freaking good young players. I don't like it.
Forward line 3, Elias Pettersson, Elias Lindholm, and Rickard Rakell. And then 4, they have Olofsson, William Karlsson, and Gustav Nyquist. I like that squad. That's really good.
They're always good.
Yeah, Sweden's
always a solid team.
Who did they have paired with Hedman?
Klingberg.
Okay.
I like that.
Right. I don't know.
But offense with a steady, awesome defenseman. Klingberg could be good with him.
Well, Hedman's both of those. He's a steady defenseman and offensive.
Yeah, but I mean, he at least plays a little more D. I don't know. Unfortunate news that I saw is that the Rangers and Ryan Strome are talking extension. I say to that, no, sir, no. Listen, there is a thing, sometimes it takes a okay player to play with a great player. Steve knows this. I mean, Crosby, with the amount of wingers that he's had, none of them have ever been stars. I think Gensel, is Gensel the best player he's ever played with on a wing? Not including Malkin. I don't count that because he's a regular center.
Malkin was just plug and play, basically.
Yeah. I mean, Chris Kunitz, but
Gensel's been great, but Kunitz put up some huge numbers consistently.
Yeah, but I'd say the most talented player, it's Gensel.
Probably.
But that's the point. Panarin, sometimes you need a guy just to kind of play that second fiddle on a line. And I understand that Strome's kind of been that guy. You're going to give him $7 million a year to play your two center.
Depends on the price.
Do you think Gensel can make Canada?
No, he's on.
No, I think Gensel's U.S.
Yeah,
U.S.
He's not Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah!
US.
I'm not really happy.
Yeah,
I thought he was Canadian.
I think Brian Rust is. I think Brian Rust is also American, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's American.
He won't make it though. He could have, but now he's been injured, and I don't think he's going to put in enough of a season to convince them to take him. But Sullivan's the coach. He might have some sort of. Did they announce who took over as GM?
No. Yeah, I don't know who they did. And does that mean that they can take back the Jones pick? Because that would be fantastic. I know Jones has actually stepped up pretty well, but
I mean, I don't think they would. I think that's unfortunate. Jones's numbers are okay. I mean, defensively not, but his numbers are all right. But I mean, to say that these are our 3 guys, and then a new GM comes in and is like, "Just kidding, you're not coming," is pretty messed up. So they basically they kind of have to just honor that at this point. But I don't know that he should be there because I think there's probably better choices, but I think that's it is what it is.
The U.S. named Kane, Matthews, and Seth Jones. And this has the whole thing about Eichel being traded and a whole bunch of guys. So here, they have goaltenders. They have Hellebuck, Gibson, and they have Jack Campbell, actually. They do not have Thatcher Demko, or Spencer Knight.
That's
so interesting. I like
I'm not looking at the third guy.
Defenseman, Adam Fox, Charlie McAvoy. They say that could be the U.S.'s number 1 pair, and that is nasty. That is two very good defensemen. Number 2 pair, they have Hughes and Slavin, which I think would be actually fantastic. Hughes' offense, because when he played with Tanev in Vancouver, he was very good. So Hughes and Slavin 2, and then third pair they have Werenski and Seth Jones, and they have Carlson and Krug as the alternates.
Okay,
but
I'm not crazy about any of those 6 or 4, but
they do have Brett Pesce as an alternate as well, question mark, because he's played with Slavin. Could he be on the PK with them? I don't mind Brett Pesce. Yeah, but after the top 4, it falls off. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Petrie? Isn't Petrie American?
Yeah,
no?
Petrie too.
Yes,
yeah, sorry.
He's American.
Oh, we talked about Ryan McDonough. As another option. I think that's a very good one.
Yeah.
Neil Pionk.
Suter, I think you can consider Suter. I think you can definitely consider Suter.
Yeah.
I don't know that he will, but he can be in the discussion.
So here's the 4 centers they have.
One of those veteran guys will be on it.
Yeah. Here's the 4 centers they have, and it does not look good. It's Austin Matthews is 1. That's great. They have Dylan Larkin 2. They have JT Miller 3 and Joe Pavelski 4.
I would want Pavelski ahead of Miller.
Yeah.
I mean, losing Eichel. I mean, if you had Eichel and Austin Matthews as the 1-2 punch, it's. But remove Eichel from the equation, and you're left with just like depth centers. So.
Yeah, I hear Eichel's still going to try to go for it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Jack Hughes, they have as alternates, as well as Vincent Trocheck and Blake Coleman. Wingers, Kane DeBrincat, which I think should be on a line pair together. I think that's a good line teammates. Kachuk and Gaudreau, I think, should also be on a pair together. They've played together. Why not?
Yeah.
They have Kreider and Kyle Connor. That is some speed right there.
I like that.
Could you imagine Larkin, Connor, and Chris Kreider?
Yeah, we talked about that. Line? The speed of that line would be.
Yeah, and then they have Gensel and Pacioretty as the 4th line right now, with Troy Terry and Brady Kachuk as the 5th line. Other guys,
I think you put Gensel on the top line.
Over DeBrincat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You put Kane and DeBrincat with the 2 pairing. Keep Austin Matthews with Gensel and whoever the other winger is.
With Pacioretty?
I mean, could, but who? I mean, who's its right wings, right? Because Gensel's a left wing.
Well, yeah, I don't know how they work that, but I guess Pacioretty is a right wing. I mean, Pacioretty, if he could play with Eichel, if Eichel's the play, that'd be great, but I don't see that happening. They said other possibilities were Oshie, Cam Atkinson, and Drake Batherson. This was not on my list to do for today's episode, but we're doing it anyway, so why not?
Whatever.
Spent a whole lot of time doing it, too.
Yeah, so I just get down a rabbit hole, and this is what happens, people. I got Steven Schwim as my co-host, so they just lead me in different directions all the time.
Yeah, Tangents is my middle name.
Tangents. Speaking of Austin Matthews, he raised almost $150,000 to shave his stash for Men's Health. So very good, Austin Matthews.
Speaking of Philadelphia losing, they're losing.
Yeah,
they were down 4-1. I think. Is it still that or no?
5-3.
5-3.
All right, here's a question for you, gents.
Yeah. All right.
If the NHL players do not go to the Olympics, who is the Cup favorite? I guess it's got to be Russia, right? Because they have thousands of KHL players they could just stick in there.
Again, yeah, that's what happened last time. It'll happen again.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put a future on them to win the gold just in case. All right, I got 2 little things. So trading. Obviously, they had 15 top targets as the market heats up in December. So they had Hudobin going to the Penguins, which interesting. I know there's been some news about that, or some rumors. They also had the Canes linked to Klingberg. So here are the top 15 trade targets per December, according to Frank Cervelli. So he had Korpisalo, obviously for the Blue Jackets. If you need a goaltender, he had him number 1. DeBrus number 2. He's obviously asked for a trade. Number 3, they had Vladimir Tarasenko, a winger. 1 more season at $7.5 million. So who knows if a contender can use someone like that? Maybe it's Schwimm's Tampa Bay Lightning. They had Justin Hall.
No problem.
Yeah, Justin Hall, the right defenseman for the Toronto Maple Leafs, who has actually been scratched. They have Vitaly Kravtsov from the Rangers. young player. I guess if going the other way, especially if the Rangers were to make an acquisition. Patrick Hornquist from the Florida Panthers, although I don't see the Panthers making a deal for Hornquist when they have a very good season going ahead of them. JT Miller at 7 from the Canucks, Dylan Strome 8 from the Blackhawks, Riley Smith 9 from the Knights, especially with Eichel now there. Brian Rust 10. Can you see
Riley Smith? I would like.
He's a pending UFA. Could you see them dealing Brian Rust?
It depends if they can't come up with some kind of deal. I mean, he's at this point he makes I think $3.5 million a year.
$3.5 million.
So he's due for a massive raise.
Yeah, he scored a 36-goal clip.
Probably not. I would love to keep him. But he's gonna. I mean, if he tests the open market, he's gonna get paid as he should.
Yeah.
When he's healthy, he scores, and he's effective on the penalty kill. He can play top line minutes. He can play the power play. He's a right-hand shot. I don't know if that makes a difference to some teams. Sometimes it does, but yeah, if he's going to make easily over 6, I don't know that they can afford that, especially if they need to sign Rust, Malkin, and Letang.
Yeah,
Letang and Malkin should take discounts. They should take less. Malkin especially should take. He's not even playing, so he should take less. The question is, they said that they would take less to stay. Now it comes down to
money where your mouth is.
Yeah. Yep. Are you actually going to take less? And what is your idea of less?
They have Rickard Rakell at 11. I don't think the Ducks will be trading, especially if they're in the playoffs. They have Thomas Hertl for San Jose at 12. He's obviously a pretty big piece.
That'd be good.
13, Phil Kessel, which I'm pretty sure he should have been already traded already, but it's not the fact. Henrik Borgstrom from the Chicago Blackhawks, 24, fourth line center. And then Evander Kane, 15, which there's already been talks about, having a third team involved so that, a team can take him and his cap on. I don't know. If I'm a contender, do you really want Evander Kane on your team?
I don't know.
It depends, because it all depends, because Evander Kane, the player, makes any team better.
Player.
Oh, yeah.
Evander Kane, the person, gets in the way of that.
Yeah.
And he does something stupid, and then it was all for nothing. Like, then you can't play him when he does something else stupid. And it was a waste of acquiring him.
The other piece I was thinking about...
San Jose said they'd take 50% of his contract, too.
Yeah, yeah. And then if you would have another team to come in and take more cap off there, and you got him for $2 million a season for the next 3 years, is that worth it? I mean, it might be.
It depends if he can turn his life around.
Yeah.
But that's a gamble.
So here's the other player that I was thinking about. Carey Price. Do you think he wants to be a part of another Habs rebuild? Or would he want to get shipped out of there?
I think that Edmonton's going to make a big push to acquire him.
That is,
be a great idea.
Yeah, Montreal, though, could you imagine the fans if he goes to Edmonton and wins a cup? Oof. Montreal is burning down. That's a big one.
Yeah.
All right. So, unless you guys have anything else to talk about, I'll do some stats real fast. And I have a question for you, gents. So, right now...
we're getting a great view of Steven's kitchen.
Yeah, I know. So lovely. He's got, Lay's in the background, salt and vinegar. Nice. What's on the right there? Crack? Does it say crack?
That's the, isn't that like mushroom jerky or something?
Mushroom jerky is called crack?
Yeah, because I think it says, that's not what it says, does it?
Doesn't it say, it doesn't look like R-A-C-K?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Mushroom jerky.
I tried it.
I don't know.
I was there the other day and I tried it. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Does it taste like real jerky?
It doesn't have like that texture. Like, it's like kind of...
that would be weird. Is it like leathery?
Kind of flaky a little bit, but it was still good.
Oh, no. Esteban, what is next to the Lay's up there, the salt and vinegar Lay's? That looks like R-A-C-K.
Jerky?
White bag. That's jerky?
Oh, the white bag?
Yeah, the white bag. It looks like... Oh, it looks like it says R-A-C-K, like crack.
Yeah, to the right.
It says pack. It says skinny pack.
Oh, skinny pack.
It's popcorn? Assortment of popcorn. Skinny popcorn.
All right.
Good stuff.
Shroom was talking about your jerky that is made of mushrooms.
I think wasn't it mushroom jerky? Yeah, it was good.
Stems of the shiitake mushroom. They are usually waste, but they usually cut them off when they cook them. So they took them, pressed them, dried them, seasoned them. They are wonderful.
And serve them the Schwinn.
I don't doubt that. I'm just, I mean, the meat, you know. I would imagine
you don't need the meat for the flavor.
No. Well, does it really actually taste like real jerky?
Jerky tastes like whatever it's seasoned with.
Well, yeah, but all right, fine.
The texture is different, but it tastes like, it's like spicy jerky. It's good.
Yeah, this one's pretty close to the texture though. It's not like like a straight mushroom. It's pretty got that rough texture, whatever the hell you want to call it. Yeah.
League leaders got Draisaitl 43, Connor McDavid 42, Ovechkin 39, Nazem Kadri 30, and then rounding out the top 5, you have Huberdeau and Kaprizov all at 29. Goal leaders, you still have Leon Draisaitl at 21, Ovi at 20, and then you have Mangiapane at 17, McDavid and Kreider at 16 each. Kyle Connor, Troy Terry, and Matthews are 15. Assists, you still have Connor at 26, Draisaitl 22, Kadri at 21. All right, so here's my question to you. Out of these players who are averaging a point per game, who do you think will keep at that pace? So 82-game season, they'll have at least 82 points. You have, let me go through the list.
Two of them are easy.
No, that's
that
not
won't.
True. Timo Meier.
That won't or that will.
Who will hit 82 points? At least 82
He's
points.
He's not going to name Draisaitl McDavid.
Oh no, I'm not naming the studs.
My bad. All right.
I'm picking randos. Timo Meier, 20 games, he's got 26 points.
Okay.
Mikael Granlund, 24 games, he has 26 points. Troy Terry, 24 games, 25 points. Or Matt Duchene, 24 games, 24 points. Who do you think could? Well, the obvious answer I think would be none of them, but you have to pick one.
We have to pick one?
Who has the best chance to do it?
Yes.
I'm going to say Duchene.
Duchene. Wow, really? Okay.
I think I like Granlund better than Duchene because he's playing with, or actually they all on the same line.
Both. They might be on the same line. Yeah.
They might all three.
I would have thought. See, I don't think it's be Timo Meier. I just think San Jose stinks, and I think the two Nashville guys, that doesn't scream to me as an offensive team. I was going to take Troy Terry because he's still 24 years old. He's young. You really don't know what you have with this kid. Maybe he turns into a point per game player.
I mean,
crazier things have happened.
When on earth have you ever seen that happen? It would be a complete anomaly if he keeps up this pace because he's not a point per game player.
Marchand.
He's just not.
Brad Marchand is. He was not a point per game player when he was younger.
Yeah. But Troy
Terry's 24. Hold on. So
but
this actually makes it.
I think Duchene has the skill to do it.
And I still don't trust Anaheim's early success.
Whether or not he does it.
No, but he is playing with some good the players that are playing well. So here, this is Brad Marchand. So he's 33 now. So at 32, he was a point per game player. 31 point per game. 30, he had the 100 points in 79 games. Then he had 85, 85, and 80. And then he started going 61 points, 42 points, 53, 36. And these are all in 80 games. So, he was not, when he was younger, age 25, 26.
Well,
he was not a point per game player.
He wasn't really used that way. He was used as like a third line checking forward. Until I realized he has a lot of skill.
When did he become a line mate with Patrice Bergeron? I would have thought that would have been early in his career. Weren't they both? I don't know, maybe.
Not that early, no. Ew,
but the point is, I think that he's
Blackwood.
Got the.
My goodness, he frightens me.
That is ugly.
They put his face on the screen.
It's just got his helmet off, and it's just.
You can't teach that kind of ugly. Sorry, Devils fans.
Andreas Johansson will argue that.
Yeah, you can't.
Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson.
Sam, Mr. Wu. I love that guy.
Andreas Johansson. I said Johansson. I'm sorry. Correct myself.
Yeah, you better correct yourself. Going to goaltenders, Jack Campbell leading the league in wins at 13. Toronto on a torrid pace right now.
I can't wait for Toronto to disappoint all their fans. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know that they can be. They're already disappointed. They can't be any more disappointed than they are.
Yeah. They look really good right now. They look really good.
But
and a lot of people are like,
Toronto fans, I think, are realistic.
They've seen this song and dance before. They've seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so they're not putting all their hopes
3 straight years
this season.
Also,
imagine
number one.
Imagine they win a playoff series. I guarantee everyone in Toronto's could be like, "Oh, we're winning the cup now. We finally won a playoff series."
That might, you know what? That might be it because it took Washington to beat the Penguins for like the first time ever
in like 6 years.
They never could get past the Penguins. They just couldn't do it, and then they finally beat them in that second round, and just moving past that second round catapulted them into winning a cup. So yeah, maybe one series win will do it for them. They could.
Yeah.
Or they can take a 3-0 lead in the cup final and then
I can't wait.
4 straight games.
They're definitely blowing something in the playoffs. They're going to blow something.
Also tied at number 1 in wins is Igor. He's also 13.
Who's injured? Which is
who's
weird about. Yeah, but they're like, he's out a week, and I'm just like, how the hell do you know he's out 1 week? That's so random.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? Who's the highest scoring goaltender?
No, defenseman right now.
Oh, is it Hedman?
It is by 1 point now.
Okay. Yeah, I think Vasilevsky. Oh no, I don't remember. I don't remember the stat I was looking at, but it was, I think only Vasilevsky has more assists than Tristan Jarry since either this season or since Jarry became a starter. One of the two.
Interesting.
I didn't think he would have that many assists, to be honest with you, Vasilevsky. Actually, I know he's very good at playing the puck. It's just that surprises me a little bit.
Who do you think leads the league in losses for a goaltender?
Is it the kid from Arizona?
So he's in second at 10 losses.
Okay.
He's
I don't know what's his name
in 15 games.
His name.
Carl Vejmelka.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Carter Hart.
So tied at 1, you have Jake Allen from Montreal, 11 losses.
Oh.
The other guy in the league leader for losses is Thatcher Demko.
Yeah, I was going to say him.
8 and 11 through 20 games. So yeah, interesting.
Suck.
He played when they lost to Pittsburgh. He even played very well in a 4-1 loss.
Yeah. No, he's been really good.
It's a shame. I mean, not that I watch every Vancouver game, but the little that I've watched, I would never say that he's the reason why they're losing any of these games.
Yeah. Goals against Jack Campbell, Jacob Markstrom, Tristan Jarry 1-3. Save percentage, Campbell, Markstrom, and Igor 1-3. Yeah, not too bad. All right, let's see if I had anything else. Just quick standings run through, and then we will bid adieu. Division, Washington leading, Rangers 2, Carolina 3 in the East.
That's crazy.
Metropolitan,
Carolina
sorry.
dropped a little bit.
Yeah. Rangers have 20. Yeah, so Washington 25 games played. Rangers and Carolina both at 23. Pittsburgh at 4 is 24 games played. They're 6 points back of the Rangers. 6 points back of Carolina. And the Islanders on a
continue to suck.
0-4-2 last 6. Oh no, sorry. They lost in overtime. Third.
Yeah, but they've lost a lot.
3.
Yeah.
0-7-3 the last 10. Philly 1-7-2. Obviously fired their coach. In the Atlantic, Florida number 1 at 37 points. They lead the East in points totals. Toronto second at 36, and then Tampa at 34, number 3. Detroit 29, holding up number 4, and then Ottawa dead last at 13 points total. Ugh, they're bad.
Mm-hmm. Are they the worst in the league?
They are not they're the worst. They're 1 point ahead of Arizona at 12.
Wow.
Minnesota 35 points leads the Central. Winnipeg 2, St. Louis Blues 3. Minnesota is the only team above 30 points in the Central. This Central is god awful. There's 6 teams between 28 and 20 points.
Minnesota looks pretty good right now.
They look good. 17-61.
Yeah, really
solid.
Good.
They're a solid team.
7-2-1 last 10. I mean, Kaprizov's nasty, and he energizes that team.
Talbot's been great.
Cool
also.
Yeah,
Cam Talbot has been fantastic.
They're bringing good goaltending. Aren't they one of the highest scoring defensive teams?
They're doing really well. Yep. Pacific, Calgary number 1, 35 points. Edmonton 2 at 32. Anaheim 3. You have Vegas right behind them at 28, and then Vancouver last at 18. Seattle 9-13-2. I would expect Seattle to be at that kind of record through 25 games. 9-13-2.
Do you think there's ever, no matter how, if the Islanders finish 4th worst in the league, let's say, because they're not going to be the worst.
So
there's
18,
other teams that exist
12.
that will completely prevent that from happening. Is there ever consideration to let Trotz go? I don't think so.
Oh no, they'd be dumb to do it this year.
Maybe he'll relieve
1 year,
himself.
maybe next year. Well, if he asked for it to go himself.
I mean, if
But
they have
next
like
year,
where they're saying, the Islanders are coming out of the East, some people picking them to win the Cup, but definitely coming out of the East, and then all of a sudden they're the fourth, fifth. Granted, this is all hypothetical at this point because we know that they can go on a tear because it's happened before. Yeah. It doesn't look like they will, but they can. But if they finish, bottom 7 in the league, do you think they do anything, or they just kind of? Because Shorts Guy brought up, we were talking to Shorts Guy, he brought up a good point because I'm sure Devil fans know that a first-place team was a first-place team with 3 games left in the season, and he fired the coach.
Yeah.
Would Lamoriello fire Trotz?
They'll fire Trotz and recycle Vigneault into the Islanders.
Oh my God!
Or they can just bring Capuano back.
Oh my God!
Yeah, or Laviolette. I know Laviolette's obviously has a job, but where's Laviolette again? He's in.
He's coaching.
He's in Nashville, right?
Nashville?
Is he still in Nashville?
No, so. He was in Nashville, wasn't he?
He's gone.
Yeah, where's Peter
what's
Laviolette?
his name's there in Nashville? The guy from the Devils, right? The old Hines, isn't he? Nashville coach?
Hines.
Is he?
Hines.
I can't remember.
He was. He still is, isn't he?
No, I thought he got fired and they hired Laviolette.
Laviolette does not have a job right now.
No?
Yeah.
I could have sworn he was coaching somebody. No?
He was coaching Nashville, Laviolette.
He got fired and they I don't know.
And then I think Hines took over. No, right?
No. He was last coaching the Capitals. He went from the Islanders to the Hurricanes to the Flyers to the Predators and the Capitals. So
he's never on Nashville.
Oh wait, he's still the coach of the Capitals, isn't he?
No, the coach of the Caps.
Oh yeah, he is still the coach of the Caps.
Who the hell's the coach of Nashville? Is it still what's his
name? Really good hockey analysts.
Oh wow, that was terrible.
Whatever. These damn coaches get recycled so much. We can't remember where the hell.
I never know where the hell
everyone's been everywhere. All right. I do not have anything else on the docket, so
no trivia. No end of the game trivia.
You want some trivia? All right, fine. You need some trivia, jerk. All right, hockey trivia. I'm going to the last question because I don't remember the last thing I asked you guys. This is one of the trivia questions. What is Alex Tange's birthday? I know that.
What the hell kind of question is that?
I don't know. It's on the stupid thing that I copied 500 questions, and that's one of the questions. Here's another one. What is Pierre Turgeon's type of stick? It's TPS, just so you know.
Okay, cool. Is that Louisville? Remember when they were a thing?
All right, what current coach is the second player in history to score 2 shorthanded goals in one playoff period?
You said he's a current
coach
now?
Current coach, yep.
2 shorthanded goals in one playoff period?
I'm the second player in history to score 2 shorthanded goals in one playoff period. Who am I?
Brindamore?
That's what I was going to guess.
I mean, it's really the only good one, right? What other coach would you think would have that kind of, I don't know, that kind of season?
What current coach was actually a good player? Better than good player? Trotz?
What did Trotz even play? I don't know.
I think so, but I don't know if he played in the NHL. He played.
Boudreaux played. He's a defenseman, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find how many 50-goal scorers were there in 1997? 1997 50-goal scorers.
5.
The answer is 4. Can you name any of the players?
Iginla.
97?
Nope.
Jesus.
97.
No.
Not Iginla.
Not Iginla. Yager?
No. No.
Not Yager.
His teammate.
Mario
1. You have a Philadelphia Flyer on here.
Which one?
Keith Primo?
Not the one you'd probably think of. No, not Primo. Not Lindros.
Primo.
Michael Renberg?
Nope.
No, Leclerc.
John Leclerc, 50.
There you go.
Number 2, he had
Fred
the
Holt?
best rookie. No, number 2 on the goal scoring for 50 goals is
McGillney?
another rookie record.
Usalani.
Usalani. Number 2, 51. This guy has 2 sons in the NHL at this moment.
Tkachuk?
Tkachuk, 52, leading the league.
Tkachuk.
Tkachuk. All right, last piece of trivia.
You should legally pronounce change his name to be pronounced like that.
That's great.
You have to pronounce it like that.
Before joining the NHL, what was Teemu Usalani's profession in Finland?
I'd say some sort of fisherman.
No.
He was a cobbler.
Kindergarten teacher.
Oh, damn.
Ah.
That's surprising. Right. That's pretty cool.
I wonder if we'll go back to that.
Well, do you know what country won the first World Cup of hockey?
Italy.
It wasn't the U.S.?
It's the U.S. It's the 1996 Mike Richter, Brett Hull,
that was the first
John
one.
Leclerc team.
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, did you know that the most assists in an All-Star game was in 1988? And do you know it was Mats Naslund?
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Now we do.
That's how many.
And then for those Devils fans, who scored the overtime goal in Game 7 of the 1994 Eastern Conference Finals between the Rangers and Devils?
Oh, who doesn't know that one? Schwim, probably.
Mato. All right. Let's do this. Let's see if this works.
I hear something.
I hear something, just very low.
Well, it should get louder as it goes.
Coming.
All right, boys. What do you get?
4.25.
I'm gonna go.
I love these hours.
I'm gonna go a solid
is it?
4.0.
I must
4.0.
be dreaming.
All right. And then my chonk
Chonk.
going.
Chonk, no Captain Chonks.
Solid 4.25. Not bad.
It should be called. They should name a beer and call it Chud.
Schwim,
They should.
take her home.
I want to apologize to Alain Vigneault. I'm sorry my team cost you the job by a 7-1 beatdown and immediately getting fired afterwards. I want to apologize.
Good job,
I felt
Schwim.
bad.
Good job.
I hope he goes back to the Rangers.
Coming closer.